Hello, hello, everyone. Oh, I forgot my earrings. Oh, well. Happy Monday. Let's see if I can find my live. Whoops. See if I can find the right app for one thing. Oh, you know what? I forgot my microphone. Let me run in and get it. Okay, I'm back. Hi, Pat. Thank you. Now it's going to wiggle. I've got to get this thing connected. I forgot about it. I remembered earlier, and then I forgot. All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Hi, Diana. How is everyone tonight? Oh, look, now I can read words and not kind of guess what it's saying. How is everyone this wonderful Monday? Let's see, do I have, yeah. Now let's see if I can find it on wonderful Pat. See if I can find it on my iPad. All right, let's see what we can get. There it is. Yay, it works. Hi, Sharon. How are you today? You can't speak. Oh, and my iPad is already frozen. Let's see if I get out of it and go back in. Let's see. No, apparently it's not going to work. It's just going to sit there with a picture of me with my mouth open. So let's get the water cleared, and I'll talk about tonight's projects. It's super hot again in the garage. It was only 98 when I pulled up in my driveway. I have no idea what it actually is in this garage. Oh, I am so sorry, Shelley. Did you go all the way out and come back in? Go all the way out of Facebook and then try to come back in. That used to work. I don't know if it still does. So I have two special projects to work on tonight. One is going to be a multi-tank thing. Since Wednesday of last week, my daughter was here visiting. She went home today, unfortunately. This is my youngest. And we were talking about sewing and things like that. So I went ahead and she purchased a pattern for a top that I had been looking at, not for me, but to make. And so she goes, oh yeah, she goes, I'd like that one. So I went ahead and cut it out, and she decided what kind of fabric. We're going to be using satin. So I'm going to marble this top for her. And then I'm also marbling a piece of aida cloth, however you say it, for cross stitch. So those are the things I'm going to use tonight. And I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to see how this top turns out. And of course, she's related to me. And so we're modifying it, of course. We can't just use it as it is. We had to modify it. So it took a little bit of brain power, but we figured it out, we think. I haven't sewn it yet, so we'll see. But I'm going to marble the pieces for it tonight, and we'll see how it goes. So let's see. Let's see what this notification is. Oh, there we go. So I still can't see comments. Oh, maybe I will be able to. There it is. Hi, Juanita. Hi, Tammy. How is everyone today? Wow, my face is already red. It's hot, hot, hot here. But I've already cleaned the surface, and let's get started. I'll put you down and towards the tank, and we'll go. If I can reach. Let's see how that is. You're not going to get the whole tank, unfortunately. My arm on my little thing that holds my phone no longer wants to extend all the way for some reason. Okay, get me a paper towel. I need to get a skewer. And we can begin. We did some paint pouring, her and I, last night. Hers turned out really good. I ended up scraping mine off, and I will try again. I'm not very good with black as a base. It just gets too dark, and I'm doing something wrong. So I need to practice with that. So I just scraped it all off, and it was so hot out here that it was drying before we were even ready to start trying to blow it with the blow dryer. So that was an issue. And I had mine down first to kind of show her what to do. And so mine was just a mess. But that's okay. I can still reuse the canvas. And I've got to finish hers, put the sealant on it. And then when we go up in a few days, I will take it to her. Okay, so we're just using, this is going to be the background for one of her cross stitch patterns. And she didn't want a whole lot of the yellow, but it's just enough to accent what she's doing, her project. But I still have black on my finger. I did clean my hands, but I was trying to clean up some of the mess from yesterday, and I got it on my hands again. So let's see. Let me put a few more drops of this in here. Now, she helped me figure out the math on the boxed cushions that I sewed this weekend. I had never made those before. And the formula that I found to use didn't sound right. So we kind of did it like we thought it should be done, and it seemed to work out. It could have been just a little tiny bit more snug, but I think it would be just a real pain in the rear end to get them actually on the foam. Okay, so this is a nice pale yellow and a white. And this is the cloth before. Hi, Tracy, how are you? Watching her cross stitch thank you. I appreciate it, Tracy. Watching her cross stitch made me want to do it again. Okay, let's see if I can do this piece by myself. Which way do I want to do it? Okay, just to add a little bit of interest behind her cross-stitched design. And there it is. It was all stiff before, now it's all wiggly. Where'd my bucket go? Oh, my rinse bucket is clear over there. Hold on. Hi, Ramona. How are you? So I'm just going to lay this back down on the surface and get my rinse bucket. And I forgot to move it back over. And here I thought I was so prepared. Alrighty. Need a towel. So that just is going to, I think that'll look cool behind there. Just a little bit of color. It was funny, I forgot to ask her on both pieces if she wanted it freestyle or if she would prefer it combed. So I had to call her on my way home from work today. And you know what else I forgot? I forgot the baggies. I thought I had those out here too. One moment. Forgot my baggies. And I had thought I brought it out because they were sitting right by where I walked like 5 times. All right, let's get this. Actually, you know what? I can just hang this right over here. I have my little rack set up. Everything's drying so fast out here since it's so hot. Oops. Drop the measuring cup. All right. There is piece number 1. The satin dries incredibly fast out here. I cannot even believe it. I prepped hers yesterday, and it was dry just in a few hours. Yeah, today is, like I said, 98 when I pulled in at the house from work, and today is supposed to be the cool day. All right. Get the bubbles out of there. It's just amazing how things will dry in this heat. We don't have a ton of humidity. We get a little bit every now and then. But, I mean, I notice the humidity because I hate humidity. But it just dries like that. Let's do it one more time. I wish I didn't have to work the next few days so I could get this top sewn and take it up to her. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they say. Usually we're not this hot. And, you know, we have a day or two, but it's been hot for a while now. I really need to get my room put back together so I can marble in the house again. Look at, there's a big old bubble. I keep saying that, and now I'm not going to have time to look for organizational pieces this weekend because we're going camping. So I'm going to have to wait. It's so easy to not do. Okay, I'm going to walk in just inside the door here. I'm going to put these colors. Yeah, I am in the garage again. I'm going to put these colors back in the house because they dry out so fast out here, and grab the other ones. This morning, as I was leaving for work, I came out and to get in the truck, and I checked my daughter's painting to make sure it was dry enough because she was going to take it, but then I decided I better put a finish on it before she does. And so I stopped and I looked at that, and then I went to the truck, put my things in, and got in, started the truck, and pushed the button for the garage door to close. Well, it didn't close. And I thought, oh, and I pushed it again, thinking maybe, you know, there's like 3 buttons. Only one of them actually opens the garage. And so I pushed it again. Nothing happened. I thought, oh, the battery's out in my controller. So I got out and walked up to, we have the control panel, the push button with the code. And so I walked up there and I pushed the button, nothing. And then I kind of looked over at the water softener and the freezer and all of that. Everything was off. So I went in the house to double check, and sure enough, the power was out. The garage was open. I woke my husband up and said, the garage is open and there's no power. And he didn't seem too concerned about it. We do not live in a high crime area by any means, but it always makes me nervous when the garage door is open. And so I went ahead and left, and then it was about 10 minutes down the road. The power company sends me a text message. Your power's out. It's like, yeah, you're a little late for telling me that. So, and they didn't know why, but they were going to get it fixed. I guess it came on just after 7, and I left just around 6. So, and then last Friday, I get home and we are working on my pillow or my cushion covers. And upstairs is always hot in the summer, and that's where my sewing studio is. And so I'm sitting up there sewing, and literally it looks like I've been working out. I'm just sweating. I know that's just gross, but just sweating, and it's just miserable. And I hear my husband say, it's almost 80 in here. And I'm just like, that can't be, because I turned the AC, down a few degrees when I got home because I was already hot. And so he said, no, it's not. It's going up. It's blowing hot air. Our AC went out on Friday. I could not believe that. And so he had to call the repairmen on Saturday morning, and they came out on Saturday and fixed it for us, thankfully, even though it was a pretty penny to get it fixed. But, oh my gosh, I was so happy that it was cool in the house again. I just don't do well with heat anymore. I used to be young and out in the sun all the time. Not even think about it. You jump into the river and everything's fine. And then you get old. And it's the least little bit of heat just does you in. I'm just kind of waiting for the pink to kind of dissipate a little bit. Some of it is not fully expanded yet. And some of it doesn't look like it's going to do anything. So let's go ahead. It's just too hot out here to let it stay too long by itself and just sit. It's going to start drying on the surface, which it can do. Doesn't seem like it could since it's sitting on water. Go. I know, I do too. She looked at the hat I made last week and said, yeah, I want those colors. So I said, I can do that. Make a lot of little swirls in here. Oh, this is so fun. I'm going to have to get my assistant to help me print these pieces because I want to make sure they're just right. All right, that looks pretty good. It's so helpful for me to look in the screen and see how it looks from there. All right. So I think I can get both back pieces in here by myself. There's one. And there's two. So these are pattern pieces. I've already cut them out. Now I will rinse them and go hang them on the rack. So there it is. So if you're new, I am just literally rinsing it in a bucket of regular water. Okay, there's one piece. I'm going to go hang it up. All right, let's do piece number 2. Okay. Now I will go hang this up. All right. Now where did I put my towel? So we'll clean this and then we get to do it again. Now, remember when I was marbling in the garage in the winter? I put my hands in that water and think, oh my gosh, it's so cold. I am not having that issue today. It feels quite nice to put my hands in the water. It's not ice cold by any means. The bucket's been sitting out here all day in the garage, so it's kind of just lightly warm. So did anyone do anything wonderful over the weekend? I got to pay for AC repairs. Luckily, I am just thankful that the power went off after I was ready for work. Although that would have been a great excuse not to go, right? Trying to get just this little edge over here. We bought the pattern for this top off of Etsy, and I'm not going to give the information yet until I actually sew it and see how it comes together. And if it comes together wonderfully, I will share it for if any of you sew. I haven't made clothes in many, many years. And I'm kind of excited about it because I've been wanting to design shirts using marbled fabric. And this is kind of dipping my toe back in the water. I have them kind of designed in my head. I know what I want to see when it's done. But I haven't done anything with that yet. I absolutely love sewing bags, and I'm making myself a brand new handbag. I've got the marbled fabric already, and I have the denim that I'm going to use. I just love denim. Okay, there we go. Got a fan going in here, but it's not, I can't feel it, which is a good thing because I really don't want it blowing across the surface of the water. That would only speed up the issues that I'm having with the temperature. Got some little bitty bubbles here. Just trying to get rid of those. And they're not easy to get rid of. All right. No, there's some more over here. I swear they just keep appearing. That looks good. Okay, round 2. So I have the front of the top and 4 ties. This, whoops, little top ties in the back. It's one of those cropped tops. So it's about waist length. And I see we have some foreign matter in here. There we go. Great for a younger person. Well, I guess it could be just fine for an older person. It would not be fine for me. Okay. The white, and here, can you see this little fleck right here? This is a piece of dried paint. Now, I don't think you could see it on the screen. No, you could not. Here's another piece right here. There's a bubble. Okay. Yeah, it was out of screen. Up in the corner, you can't see. Oh my gosh, guys, I am just melting. So this is why the projects are special tonight, because they're for my daughter. And I just love it when they want something that I've created. And it's a good test piece anyway. Okay. Give it just a second to disperse. And as you know, or may or may not know, these little spots here where there's no paint at all, yeah, it will. I only have, I might be able to get all 4 of the ties in one tank, and then I'll just have one more. I literally have, I know, TMI, but it's just running down my face. Down my forehead. It's like I'm at the gym, and all I'm doing is standing here marbling. I only used 1 bottle of paint today, so it won't take too long for me to empty this. Once I'm done. Okay. I kind of want, the ties are not that big, so I kind of want smaller blocks of color. So I'm going to go over this one more time. But I'm not going to go do so much that it looks odd compared to the back. All right. Let's see. Ooh, almost did the wrong side. That would have been a catastrophe. One. Two. Ooh, again. Three. And 4. All right. Worked out perfectly. All right, over to the drying rack. All right, piece number 2. All right, let's get the next one. So these are the ties that tie in the back of the top. Okay. Now I'm going to dry my hands, and I'm going to move that cross stitch fabric up one rung now that it's not dry, dripping anymore. And then that'll give me more room to place that last tie without worrying about getting paint on the cross stitch fabric. All right, there we go. There we go. So now the 4th and final tie piece. I think this satin will tie very nicely. You know, cotton sometimes doesn't want to tie nice. We had debated on which fabric to use, and she opted for the satin. All right. The downside of satin is that it likes to stick to everything when it's wet. It sticks to your hands, it sticks to whatever you're trying to hang it on, it'll stick to itself. Okay. I was thinking she was going to be here to help me do this, or have her make the swirls, but she had to take her cat to the vet tomorrow, so she had to leave today. Look at that cute little baby. All right, so let's get some smaller pieces. And one down across the side here. Yeah, I'm ready for be back in the room, which is why I moved inside to marble in the first place, was so it's not blazing hot and it's not freezing cold. But, you know, you get the idea. I'm going to organize everything, and that's, you tear it all apart, and right now that's the way it stands. Everything's piled back in there because it was piled in my daughter's room. And so I'm going to have to move it all out, but it's just piled. It's not, there's no tables. It's all just piled on the floor, which is kind of the way it was when I took it out, because I have no organization in there whatsoever. Let's see, I need a paper towel. Okay. So I'm going to move one of these pieces. Oh, I did it. I moved it really, really close to the cross stitch fabric, and I was so worried it was going to touch it. And it's just dry enough. Some of that pink would come off, that deep pink would come off of there onto that white fabric. So, whew, I did it. All right. This is the last tank tonight. I do have some headbands that I could do, but it's just too hot out here. So the next piece will be the front. It's funny to look at the fabrics and see how much different the fabrics take the paint, because the hat, it didn't want to slide off at all, and with this, you know, satin fabric that's slippery anyway, you can see when I put it in the rinse bucket, you can see the excess paint coming off. Okay, now the light pink. I didn't bring my water out here. I'm going to have my assistant come out to marble this piece because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, let's wait for it to disperse for a few minutes. Oh gosh, guys, I'm just gross. Can you see my arms glistening? Okay, this looks pretty good. Now this is the front, like I said, so it doesn't have to have any small lines in it. I will put some swirls in. I wish she was here so she could tell me if I need more of one color or... I get so nervous when I do custom pieces. It's like, oh, what if they hate it? What if it's not anything like they imagined? those cushion covers. I was just so nervous, but they turned out quite nice. Wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be once we got over the math issue. We were using a calculator, and I was barefoot so I could have extra counting digits. Alrighty, I think this is what we're going with. I think it looks good in that. I know there's a lot of pink right here, but I think I'll use this as the neck here, and it'll come this way. So it'll be shoulders, the neckline, and then the bodice right here. All right, let me get my assistant. Okay, dear. He's going to have to reach around from your side. Either side of that would be fine. Thank you. Perfect. And see that mostly that pink right up here was left behind. Now let's turn this over carefully. I might not be able to turn it over. Just have to hold it up. Yeah, this paint reacts so different in satin than it did on the canvas of the, I don't want that to happen. It's all sticking together. That's not what I want, especially on the front. All right. What a folded up mess. So what I'm going to do, since it keeps folding when I put it in the bucket, there we go. There we go. Okay, I have this bin, this big long bin here. This is what usually sits in the bottom of my bathtub and catches some of the drips. It doesn't by any means catch all of them, but it catches some. So I'm going to put this under there, and then I'm going to rinse it with the measuring cup. Don't fall off. Please don't fall off. All right. So I'm just going to scoop some of the water and just go gently rinse this fabric. All right, I'm going to do it once more, and then I'll take you down and show you what my setup looks like here. I got the little piece of rug there a little wet, but I don't think it's going to matter. It'll dry very quickly. All right, let's get this cleaned up and then I'll take you over. Next week, we're going to experiment with I got some new paper. I was going to experiment with that tonight, but then these projects came up and these were much more fun. Okay. Get the bubbles out of here. You can always tell when there's a bubble because there's a dry spot on the paper. And that's when you're putting the actual marbling paper down on the surface. That's what can happen. There can be no contact there with the water, and then you get things that look like that, those bubbles, when they pop as you move the paper. This little corner over here. It's like I need to come up with a way that I can, well, you know what I should have done had a brain in my head. I should have brought out my big tray that I use for paper, and I should have pulled each piece off and laid it on there, and then rinsed it and hung it from there, because then the satin would not stick to itself. And next time, all right, got that clean. Let me dry my hands and I'll take you over to take a look at everything. All right, hold on. Oh, I wonder, oh, here, I can do this. All right, whoops. Hello. Can you look at that? That's gross. I'm so sorry. So let's go over here. Let me turn you around. This is my fancy drying rack. This is what I usually have sitting in my bathtub, and everything drips in there. But these are the pieces. I'll try to get out. Let me turn one of these lights around. There we go. So here's the cross-stitch fabric. It's still damp, but it's not drippy. But see how close those two are? I had to get this down in here without touching that. So there's all the pieces of the top. Whoops, forget it's backwards. Oh, good, there she is. I'm glad you like it, Ashley. It'll be dry before I go to bed tonight, I think. It's so hot. So that's all I have for tonight. I so appreciate you being here. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, it's much easier in the bathtub, but this way I can take it right out of the bucket and go over there. I don't have to fold it into a bag or anything, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, thank you. I'm going to get this mess cleaned up and get in the house where it's a lot cooler. So have a wonderful week, everyone. I will post pictures when we get our camp set up, and it's going to be fun. I can't wait. So take care. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you see someone without a smile, remember to give them one of yours. It doesn't cost you anything, and it might just make their day. So take care, everyone. Stay cool if it's hot where you are. Stay safe if you're having storms, and I hope to see you next week. Love you all. Bye.